How many people here ride their bikes to class on college campus? Now, how many of you know how to fix a flat tire on your bike if you get one? Not as many hands usually go up when I ask that question. So today I'm going to show you the basic steps for changing a flat on your bicycle, including the tools that you're going to need to do the job, how to remove the tire from the wheel, and the process of reinstalling it back on the wheel because they are different. So first things first, you got yourself a flat tire. Shucks, there's no air in there. Now, you gotta have your tire in your wheel, obviously, or you have no flat. You're gonna need some tire levers. Usually they come in a set of 2 or 3. These are used to actually pry the tire off of the rim. And you'll need a tube or a patch kit if you want to do that. You can actually patch over the hole. And you'll need some way to get air back in the tire. If you're at home, maybe a pump. Maybe you could get they have CO2 devices that actually pump it back up for you pretty quickly. So start with how you get the tire off of the rim. Take one of your tire levers and starting next to your valve, you're going to hook under the tire and pull it off. And there's a hook here, that one's broken. A hook here that you can actually hook this to one of your spokes and leave it there. Take a second tire lever and get it up under the edge of the tire, and you can actually push this through to release the tire from the rim. Now, a little trick of the trade is that you don't want to try to use your whole arm like this to get the tire off. You actually use your thumb and your fingers on the spokes like this because you get a little more leverage out of that. But this tire is pretty easy to get off, so work your way all the way around until this bead is released. And then you can actually take the tube completely out of the tire. You can even leave the tire on the rim if you like. Flop the tire over, tube's out. Now, this tube's not actually flat, so I'm going to pretend like I have another one and put it back in. But before you do that, what you need to do is feel along the inside of the tire very carefully for anything sharp that might have actually caused you to get the flat. Otherwise, you're just going to put the tube back in there and get another flat. That's no fun. Feel around the inside, you might find a piece of glass that's worked its way through the tread, a thorn or a nail, just depends on where you live. Get your new tube, take your valve, put it back through the hole. Pretty simple stuff. Now, this part's going to be a little tricky to do on camera here, but you want to work the tube back into the tire, like so. Pretty simple. Okay, again, I'm going to cut some steps out because you'll get the idea. Once the tube is completely back up into the tire, you usually want to put just a little bit of air in the tube so that it's not completely flat. I usually use my mouth because I don't care about dirt. Use your pump, put a little bit in there. Then, starting opposite the valve hole, so over here, you're going to start taking this bead of the tire, working it back onto the rim like so. Work your way all the way around until you're completely sealed in. And you kind of work the bead in there, check it, make sure it's all good. Once your tire is back inside the rim, you can use your valve hole and your pump or your CO2 to re-inflate it. I've been a cyclist for 2 or 3 years. I've had a lot of flats, and I mean, there's really only one way to get a tire off, and it's pretty straightforward except for the trick I did tell you about, where instead of using your whole arm to get the tire off, use the spoke and your thumb, because you have all of your strength in your wrist and your hand here, way more than trying to push like this. Trust me, it works. So hopefully this helps you learn how to change a flat tire.